In August, cybersecurity firm Night Dragon teamed up with the New York Stock Exchange to host Cyber Live from Texas, defending the next horizon, covering the latest innovation happening in defense tech, dual use, and cyber in the Lone Star State. Our very own Kristen Scholler was on the ground in Austin, where she spoke with Norman Garza. He's the executive director of the Texas Space Commission, about what's making the state of space innovation hub. Check it out.
First off, yes, there has certainly been a rapid growth here recently, but it's all based off of the legacy that Texas has had when it comes to manned space, human space flight exploration, all based off of Space City, USA, Houston, Texas. But as of late, no surprise, there's been some big brands that have decided to come to Texas. And because they have decided to pick different parts of the Lone Star State, folks like Governor Abbott and the Texas legislature have been paying attention. And so some big decisions have been made, and an incredible board of directors, subject matter experts have been pulled together to create this new thing called the Texas Space Commission.
I want to hear more about the goals for the commission and how you're building this growth.
Sure. We're solving for two opportunities here. We want to make sure that those companies that have already decided to set up shop here don't leave. And we also want to make sure that we help them expand their existing footprint, whatever that might mean. We also want to help encourage those companies that haven't yet thought about coming to Texas to get excited about the momentum that we're building here, perhaps get excited about the incentives that we are able to put on the table, literally hard cash, and consider coming to Texas in order to capture some of those opportunities as well.
I want to hear more about the legislative push to make this more of a reality in Texas.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we've got an incredible group of folks that have decided from all corners of the state that whether we're talking urban and suburban parts or truly the rural parts of the state, there's room for all communities in Texas to play. And it's really not only about the technology and the innovation, but also about the pipeline of human capital. And so in 2023, $150 million was put on the table by the legislature. And in 2025, it was doubled to $300 million that is made available through a grant program administered by the Texas Space Commission Board of Directors. So not only do we have an interest from our leaders, we have hard cash that's available, and we also have a body of law that is continuously growing to make sure that here in Texas, the landscape continuously evolving is the right place for companies to come set up shop.
How is the commission thinking about cybersecurity when it comes to the broader space strategy?
Sure. So when you talk about space and you talk about cyber, you're really talking data. So there's a lot of conversation about what is required in order to support that kind of data that's necessary to truly make the space economy grow in Texas. You're talking security, you're talking power, what kind of energy is required, what kind of footprint is necessary, whether we're talking data centers, whether we're talking the actual security, physical or cyber. At the same time, you're talking hardware and software. So that requires also human capital to help manufacture or create. So it's truly a big 360 picture that the folks are having on our board as well as at the legislature.
And it's fascinating to see, obviously, the defense need in the space sector, but also the commercial applications. How is Texas positioning itself as a leader in these dual-use innovations?
Sure. So the Texas economy is vast, and we've got plenty of room both on the commercial side as well as the military side, and we're going to do everything that we can to support that. And we've got some wonderful examples, especially as of late with Army Futures Command having a decision to be located right here in Austin, Texas. Whatever the Space Force intends to do, the state of Texas is going to be ready to answer the call for action and support that activity. Whatever commercialization is a spin out of those kinds of activities, whether it's to support a household good or truly a warfighter need, we're going to do that right here in Texas.
Mm-hmm. And to that end, how do you see Texas leading the charge over the next decade?
We're going to continue to learn. We're going to continue to be part of the conversations, whether it's a NASA conversation, whether it's a private industry conversation, whether it's a DoD conversation. But the leaders here in Texas, from the governor to the lieutenant governor, the House Speaker, and all of our members of Congress who are constantly asking, what are those conversations that the Texas Space Commission Board is having? We're going to not just be the learners, we're also going to be the educators when it comes to the next steps. So stay tuned.
Thank you to Norman Garza and Kristen Scholler for that interview. Earlier this month, cyber